Good morning, YouTube. As you can see, I am very tired. I ended up going to bed about 8 o'clock last night. The alarm clock went off at 4. I hit snooze once. So I woke up about 4:10. That's usually what happens. Weighed myself. I weighed 199.1 this morning, which again, I think that's from the excess carbs I had at my parents' house last night. But that should go away in about 3 days. And then went into my office, changed, made my pre-workout, which I knocked over my powder. That's how tired I was this morning. And now I'm out here getting dressed, all dressed, ready to start my morning routine. All right, so for my pre-workout, all I did was 1 scoop of Megawatt and then some electrolytes. And the reason why I do that is because I need some type of caffeine, and then my morning sessions, I always sweat an awful lot due to the fact that it's a cardio session. Morning routines always start off with 40 minutes of walking. In that 40 minutes though, I'll do 4 different things. So I'm sipping on my pre-workout, so by the time I'm done with my 40 minutes, I call it a fortify session, because I'm fortifying my mind before I even start the day, before I even look at my phone, before I even talk to anybody. So first thing I do, I get asked this a lot, I read this book, which basically it's just Words of Jesus for Men, 366 reflections. So I read a page of this a day, and it lines up with the date, so today's September 5th. So I'll read a page of that, then I go straight into the actual Bible. I'm currently doing the Bible in 1 year plan, where basically it gives me a verse from the Old Testament, or a passage to read from the Old Testament, a passage to read from the New Testament, and then it gives me Proverbs and Psalms. So I always read that. That takes about 20 minutes. Start to do both of those. I've done this so much that I know. And then once I'm done with that, I'll read the remainder of the time from a personal development book. So that's usually about 20 minutes that I get to read. 20 minutes gets me about 10 pages, a little bit over 10 pages. And that's one of the reading sessions that I'll do today. I'll show you the other 2 reading sessions later, but just reading this one right now. So anyways, once I'm done with that, I was looking at my cardio plan. So by waking up at this time and only doing cardio in the morning, it actually allows me more time to do cardio, because technically I don't have to be out of my gym until 6:30. If I get out of my gym at 6:30, I'm golden. I'll be on time to work, all that stuff. So I may do some core today, because I do core usually on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm either going to do core today or this morning, or when I get home from work. What my cardio plan calls for today is I'm going to try and just do, in the morning sessions, instead of like overthinking about distances, like, oh, I got to run 8 miles or this, I try to just run based off the time. So as soon as I'm done with this, whatever amount of time I have left until about 6:15, 6:20, I'll run. So if I finish this routine, which I'll probably finish at about 5:20, I'll run for an hour, or I'll do some type of cardio for an hour. Today I'm doing hills though, so I'm going to be inclining the treadmill, lowering the treadmill, and basically just moving for 60 minutes. And we'll see at the end what distance I get. So that's kind of how I've been doing my morning routines. But anyways, I need to get into it so that I can actually accomplish it. So I will show you guys, or I'll meet up with you guys once I'm done with my routine. Alright, so I am just wrapping up my cardio session. What I ended up doing is I did 6 hills. So I did a mile warm-up at 5.5 speed, 0 incline. And then what I did is every basically quarter mile, I would start the incline. So I inclined it to 1 at 5.5, then I dropped it to 0 for another quarter mile. Then the next quarter mile, I went up to 2 incline, 5.5, dropped it back down. So basically every quarter mile, I was either inclining it 1 more, and then I kept the speed at 5.5 the entire time. So I ended up getting up to 6 incline, and then what I'll do is next Tuesday, because I'll do this workout again, but instead of starting at 1, I'll start at 2. So I'll start at 2 incline and end at 7 incline. And I just do this to get obviously better at running up hills, because when it comes to Spartan races, there's a lot of hills in those races. Also, when you run up hills, it could actually help you work on your form, obviously because you're at a slower pace. So what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna walk for 10 minutes, kind of, it's like my cool down. I try to do this at the end of each run, and it's a mandatory thing. So my goal was to run for an hour. However, I wasn't able to due to time constraints. So instead of running for an hour, it's 6:10. I'm gonna walk for 10 minutes just to cool the central nervous system down and kind of relax before I go back in, change, and get ready for the day. But I'll put up my stats for my actual cardio session, and then we'll see where I'm at steps wise after this 10 minutes. My goal for the day is to always be over 20,000 steps, and I should be fine. The only time it's hard for me to hit the 20,000 steps is when I don't have a run, and it's just like a quick morning workout where I walk. Great way to start the day. Obviously you can see that I'm sweating a lot because it's currently 77 here, but I'm gonna finish this up, and then I will take you guys in after I shower, get ready and everything, and show you guys meal one, which I will consume right before I head to work. So it is currently 6:55. I gotta whisper a little bit because obviously Cassie and Adeline are still sleeping. But I am showered, got ready, packed my bags, my lunch, all that stuff. So the only thing left to do is eat meal number one. This is one of my staple meals, and this is one of my meals I look forward to because it's almost like a treat for me. So I'll eat this, and then I gotta just brush my teeth, grab all my bags, and I'll be on my way to work. This meal does not get old though. Look at this. So all this is a Thomas plain bagel. They didn't have any cinnamon raisin ones. Actually, Thomas came out with which I don't know if it's a new one, but I started eating it. It's delicious. A mixed berry bagel. Oh, that one's phenomenal. But a plain one, half a serving, so 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, a little bit of honey, and then some sugar-free syrup on top, with 1 banana. So this meal is predominantly all carbs, and the main reason why is I try to get all my carbs, or a lot of my carbs in the morning. That way I could use them for my afternoon workout. So I'm gonna finish this, and I'll see you guys in my classroom. So we are back, and we are in my classroom. And if you've been following this channel for a while, you're probably thinking, hey, Mr. Dettorre, that's not your classroom. Yeah, it is. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw last week they switched me. They evicted me from my classroom. So I had to switch classrooms. I went from an actual building to a portable, old school style. So this is currently my classroom. Now, apparently a lot of teachers get upset when they have to move classrooms, which is understandable because it's your home, you gotta relocate. However, I was not freaking out that much. I didn't really care. I mean, I didn't want to move because I really did like how I had my classroom set up. However, I set it up. It was not like that when I came in, which means if I had a new classroom, all I gotta do is set it up and make it my own. This is obviously an older style building. They are supposed to be painting it over October break. And I wasn't gonna put anything up on the walls, but I can't stare at white walls. I was going crazy staring at the white walls. So I put up some posters and everything, but what I'll probably actually like set up my classroom and give you guys a tour once it is painted. So that's probably not gonna be for about 6 weeks or so. But until then, I will make it work. I pretty much got everything set up. I still need one monitor set up, but as for there is one thing I really like about this classroom, So I'm gonna show you guys that. Check out, well, Neil, but hold on. Give me a sec. Oh yeah, natural light. Holy moly, I got a lot of it. Check out this. Look at this view. Holy moly. So this is my desk. I'll show you that. So I work there. I still, obviously you can see, I'm still trying to put everything together, but I am loving this natural light that I get in my classroom. So this is actually what the whole classroom looks like. So desks are set up. TV still needs to be set up because I do not have a projector because it's that old. But look at, there's another window over here, which is what I absolutely love. Cassie makes fun of me because I love natural light. We actually just had a conversation the other day of ways that I could get natural light into my gym. And then I said, babe, I want to get a window in the gym so that, you know, at 3 o'clock in the morning I could get natural light. And then she made a good point. Babe, there's no light at 3 o'clock in the morning when you work out. And then I thought, well, for my afternoon workouts, and then she's like, you could open the garage and get a lot of natural light. And that is why you always marry up, because they have such good ideas. So anyways, look at this. Technically, this is what it looks like. So just natural light for days. This is actually too much natural light for me. So what I'm gonna probably do is I will keep the blinds actually like tilted up so not so much light comes in. But this wall's pretty much done. I'm gonna keep it like that once I gotta paint it. There's the whiteboard. And actually I think there's gonna be another teacher that shares his classroom with me, so we might just, I basically decorate half the room and then he'll decorate the other half of the room. But if I do this, check out this. So I close these, I still get a lot of nice natural light. So again, that was the positive. I was just like, cool, I got a window. I'm not like in a cave. So I think I actually might be able to do some cool, I'm still contemplating it, but I think I might be able to do some really cool like DBA mindset content in this room, just because of the natural light and then how many desks and surfaces I have set up around my computer. So anyways, it's 7:45. I do not have to clock in until 8:15, but what I'm gonna be doing is prepping so that at 8:15 I could probably go meet with the teacher before first period. But all in all, this is my classroom. I do not mind it. Like I said, I'm not gonna make a big fuss out of it. I am excited to make it my actual classroom once it's all said and done, because I think it'll be cool. And when I went here, all my classes were in portables, so it's like a bittersweet. I feel like I'm home. But anyways, I will catch up with you guys after first period when I start my prep and I have meal number 2 of the day. So stay tuned. So first period is done. It is time for, I am on my prep, which means it is time for breakfast, and I'm realizing that I put in way too much almond milk to my overnight oats. This is like liquidy. I did a little too much, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. And the consistency was off because I switched proteins, because like I said, I usually do vegan pro, but I decided to go back to Formula 1 just because I really wanted the mint chip, because I've been craving some mint chip. Formula 1 mixes a lot easier than the vegan one. So the vegan one, you need more almond milk. However, the Formula 1 one, you don't. So it's a little watery, but it is what it is. So it is a high carb day. So let me read the macros for meal number 2. So meal number 2, again, it's 40 grams or half a serving of oats. I did 6.5 ounces of almond milk, which I don't need to do that much. I did a serving of peanut butter, so 2 tablespoons, and then 1 scoop of Formula 1. So the macros is 461 calories, 33 grams of protein, 38 grams of carbs, and 22 grams of fat. Oh, it's kind of getting a little, no, this is way too watery. Yeah, so I made this one. So you live and you learn. I will definitely not be doing 6.5 ounces of almond milk. It's way too much. Yeah, this is like soup. I'm gonna be drinking this. Huh. Not bad. It's like a peanut butter mint chip cookie, which is bomb. Yeah, this is literally like overnight soup. And I just dropped my spoon. I'm just off this morning. I dropped my pre-workout in my room, my office this morning, so that was fun. Had to vacuum at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I literally could drink this if I wanted to. So second period doesn't start until 10:45, so this gives me plenty of time to catch up on work-related stuff. So I was thinking about how you need to track everything, but not like ruminate over it. And what I mean by that is I was thinking about how I weighed in at 199.8 1 this morning, and how I'm often like focusing on the scale. Like right now I want to get to 190 by my race day. But it's weird because the reason I want to get to 190 is because I liked how I looked when I was 190 for my last Spartan race. But this morning, and this is why there's a reason why I track everything when it comes to taking progress pics, weighing myself every single day, tracking my calories in, tracking my daily steps. I track everything, but I don't let it affect me because I'm not focused on the results. So like the results is what the scale says. The results is what the picture says. The results is like the amount of steps I had and everything. But what I'm really focusing on is the process and then making adjustments. I've become addicted with like making adjustments, making different tweaks. So I weigh myself every single morning and I take the average for the week. So like last week I weighed 197. Now I could see the scale this morning and be like, man, that kind of sucks, I weigh 199. However, when I looked at myself in the mirror after I was done working out, I felt like I looked almost as defined as I did at 190, but I'm 9 pounds heavier. If I was only focused on the scale and I was not paying attention to every day of how I look, how I feel. Someone asked me the other day they said that this was the biggest and most shredded they've ever seen me look. And I've heard that from a couple different people. Cassie said something, I even kind of thought it when I looked at myself. But if I was just going off the scale, I would say no, there's no way, because I'm not 190 and I know what I look at 190. So even though the scale is a way to measure, don't make that the only way to measure. I go off of progress. Someone asked me what body percent fat I was at. I don't know what body percent fat I'm at. And the reason why is because two people that are at 10% body fat could look completely different. However, I do go off of like a pinch test. So I usually hold most of my fat in like my lower back area, which apparently most males do. So I'll always try to grab that. It's like a pinch test myself. If I could grab a lot, then it means I need to lose a lot. I could tell, I would say I work out in the same spot every single day and I work out at the same times every single day. And I'll look in the mirror at the same time every single day. So I'm able to see how I'm looking and how I'm feeling. And that's really how I measure progress. Yes, my goal obviously is to be at 190 by race day, but surprisingly my body is kind of being weird. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I changed my nutrition plan. I don't know if it's because maybe I'm putting on more lean mass. I don't really know. However, I'm tracking everything, so I'm able to make adjustments. And my nutrition really hasn't changed that much, but the scale is definitely kind of messing with me. So the point I was getting at is try not to use one way to measure your progress. Like try not to use just the scale. Try to use either the pinch test, the visual test, progress pics. Take pics the same day every single week. So maybe every Sunday you take a progress pic at the exact same time, whether it's fasted or not fasted. Because I think if you pay attention to how your clothes fit, all of these are great indicators that you're making progress. And then again, I track everything just because I really like making adjustments. But anyways, I will catch up with you guys for meal number 3 of this high carb day. All right, 4th period is done, which means it is lunchtime. For lunch today, I got a typical bodybuilding meal, which I've said before on my high carb days. This is very similar, and you'll start to realize the more you follow and subscribe to my channel, which by the way, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe. My meals stay very similar. So I was actually supposed to bring a tortilla for some carbs, but I want to save that for after my actual workout for dinner. So lunch today is really just 7 ounces of chicken breast, and then I did pretty much like a handful of broccoli. I don't weigh out my broccoli. Cassie and I just got a new steamer, which has been super clutch when it comes to making vegetable, because I'll just throw broccoli, squash, zucchini all in there, turn it on for about 15 minutes, and then I'll throw some garlic salt on it. So I like simple meals, and it doesn't get much simpler than that. As for my chicken breast, how I seasoned this chicken breast is I got some packets from Stater Brothers. One was a buffalo style seasoning, and then one was this like a chicken wing seasoning. And I actually cooked them in the air fryer, which I've been doing. That's how I've been doing my chicken breast. I either go from an air fryer or crock pot, and I'm a fan of both of them. The only thing I don't like about the air fryer is I do have to watch it a little bit more. What I love about the crock pot is I could literally do it while I'm sleeping. And that's usually how I do it. I'll throw in all the meat, all the seasonings and everything before I go to bed.
let it cook basically for like 8 hours, and then in the morning I'll wake up, pull it all out of the crock pot, put it in a big Tupperware, and I got chicken for like a week. So I go back and forth between obviously air fryer and the crock pot, but both of them are very similar. So far it's a good day. Had a couple kids that were knuckleheads. Other than that, my kids have been really well. So I got lunch, and then I got 5th period, which I will be in my class for 5th period. And then I got 6th period, which I go to another teacher's class during 6th period. And then I'll be heading home. And today is actually a pull day, so I'm very excited. It's a pull pump session. And the reason why it's a pull day is because I lined up my high carb days to land on my pump sessions. So there you have it. I don't know if you can see that. So basically chicken and broccoli is all, and I'll put a little ketchup on it. I wish I had a little bit of light ranch. That's usually what I do. But anyway, yeah, I lined up my, actually, let me read the macros before I forget. Macros for this meal, very low calorie. It's pretty much all protein. I'm not counting the broccoli, but it's 42 grams of protein, 0 carbs, and 2 grams of fat. So I probably should have had the tortilla with it, just so I could get some more carbs in before my workout this afternoon, but it is what it is. One thing I do like about the air fryer is the chicken stays juicy for a long time, and I like that. So I'm gonna enjoy this, and I will catch up with you guys for my next meal, which will be my pre-workout meal. So note to self, apparently I cannot I cannot microwave broccoli in my new classroom, because apparently it makes my classroom stink. As soon as the students came in, they said, "Oh my God, what is that smell?" They said it smelled disgusting. If you guys ever cooked broccoli, broccoli does smell disgusting. So now I gotta find a new vegetable to steam. So that kind of sucks. But what I am doing right now is I'm gonna eat meal number 3, I think it is, 4. But this is my pre-workout meal. And the reason why, it's currently 2:15. So I eat this, that way as soon as the bell rings for school to be out, I can be in my truck at home by about 3:30 lifting. So technically this is like an hour 15 before I eat, or before I work out. So it's a good little pre-workout meal. All this is my famous Progurt, which I'm going with the blueberry muffin because I can't get enough of this thing. This meal is gonna be 240 calories, 42 grams of protein, 14 grams of carbs, and only 3 grams of fat. I used to add berries on top, but again, I'm trying to be it didn't fit my macro, so I had to take away the berries and move them somewhere else. So I'm gonna eat this real quick, and then go to my 6th period, and then I'll catch up with you guys when I leave and I'm heading home and I'm drinking my pre-workout. Gotta love Progurt. All right, so school is officially done. Work day is done. So what I'm gonna do right now is mix up my pre-workout, which is another scoop of Megawatt, which is gonna be about 150 grams or 150 milligrams of caffeine. Then I'm gonna do 1 scoop of Intra-Formance, which is basically 20 grams of carbs, I wanna say. 20 or 25 grams of carbs. And that is gonna be my pre-workout of choice today. So I'm gonna drink this by the time I get home, by the time I get changed and get warmed up. It should be about 30 minutes after, so it actually works out perfect. And then the plan for today is I will be doing a pull day, which means I got back and biceps, which I'm pretty excited for. So this workout, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it very simple. It's gonna be, again, a pump session. So not like too much cardio. It's more gonna be like almost like a bodybuilder hypertrophy style training. So I'm gonna choose 5 exercises for my back and then 5 exercises for my arms. It usually takes about an hour because I do anywhere from 5 sets of 12 to 15 to 4 sets of 12 to 15. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna superset those. So for every chest or for every back exercise, I'm gonna superset it with a bicep exercise. And I'm gonna do 5 of those sets, so 5 supersets. And again, the goal with this is really just hypertrophy, time under tension, controlled reps, and it should take me anywhere from an hour. So like I said, I'm gonna mix this up. I need to get a better shaker. The shaker does not really mix that well. Or maybe I'm just trying to mix up too many things at once. That could be. Anyway, so 5 exercises, all back focus. I'm gonna choose some for width, some for thickness, and then biceps. I'm gonna focus on like all areas of the bicep. So I'm gonna drink this, and then when you guys see me, I will be in the middle of a pull session. So stay tuned. So pull day is done. Good little session. It's currently 94 in a gogi. That workout took me 55 minutes. I'll put my stats up on the screen. And now it is time to go in and eat my post-workout / dinner. All right, so it is officially 6:30, which means I have had my final 2 meals. So the reason I didn't film is because I ate dinner, obviously, with my wife. So that is not a time to be filming. I was enjoying my time with her. And then I always try to get my last meal in 3 hours before I go to bed. Tomorrow I have to wake up at 3 because I do have to get both workouts in because Cassie works tomorrow, which means I can't work out after work. So I have to do both workouts early in the morning, which means I have to wake up at 3 instead of 4. So for dinner was basically the same thing as my lunch, except for I was allowed 2 tortillas. So it was basically chicken breast tacos. So I did 7 ounces of chicken breast, and then I did 2 of the flour tortillas, the carb balance one. So it's 30 grams of fiber between both of those. So between the 7 ounces, and then I always break up and crunch up a couple spicy nacho cheese Doritos just because it gives a crunch, and there's not many calories in them. So the overall macros for my dinner was 331 calories, 54 grams of protein, 38 carbs, 8 grams of fat, and then 30 grams of fiber. So that was my dinner, and then I ate that at about 5, and then probably at about 6:15, I had my last meal, which is my favorite meal of all, especially on high carb days, it was 2 servings of cereal. So I like to mix my cereal. because I like to live life on the edge. So I did half Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so 43 grams of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and then 43 grams of Chex cereal, chocolate cereal. And then the total calories for that were 360 calories, 4 grams of protein, 70 carbs, and 7 grams of fat. I like having that amount of carbs before bed because in the morning I'm pretty much just going to have my carb powder because it's a low carb day, and I got to do a long workout, so I kind of want to have some stored carbs. So my overall macros for this high carb day, total calories was 2153, total protein was 191 grams of protein, my total carbs were 266 grams, and then I had 52 grams of fat. And then after I was done eating dinner, I prepped all my meals for tomorrow, so I'm ready to go. I got my clothes out, I got my gym clothes out, and then, like I said, as soon as Adeline's done watching her show, I'm going to spend some time with Cassie, Adeline, and watch our shows, and then I will be in bed at 8:30 and do this all again tomorrow. That is basically a day in my life right now with my current training split, and then obviously balancing work and family life. So I'm really enjoying the actual 2-a-days of the cardio in the morning and then the workouts in the afternoon. I just feel like my workouts are a little bit better in the afternoon. I feel like my cardio sessions, I'm not as rushed, and then I am liking the fact that I'm getting an extra, I don't think I'm getting an extra hour of sleep. I think my hour or my sleep is just kind of rearranged. But again, I did that because it did not affect any time that I have with my wife or with Cassie and Adeline. I hope you guys enjoyed it by the time you guys watch this video. So this will be the last video before I do the Deca Mile. So after you guys watch this video, the next video you guys will watch, actually no, it'll probably be 2 videos. Yeah, well, I might be able to get it out. So like I said, by the time you guys watch this video, I'll be about 6 days or 5 days out from my Deca Mile. I'm excited for that. I feel like I'm ready. Again, my goal is to get to 190 or at least look and feel the best I can on race day. So anyways, that is all for the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because I'm always doing videos of some type of series, whether it's the Deca series, the Spartan series, or just the Shred series. So make sure you guys subscribe so you can keep up with those. And then you guys already know the motto: stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.